Welcome back to Building Dad Bod 2.0. Today we're doing a quick review on the bench block. So I tore my rotator cuff about 3-4 years ago. Needed a way to do bench press but have a reduced range of motion. So I did some searching and found this on Strong Arm Sport in Canada out of Calgary. So you can also go on benchblokz.com in the States and order it. So there's two options on Strong Arm Sport, more options on the Bench Blokz site. But if you're in Canada, Strong Arm Sport, one option you get a half board and one board. The other option, which is what I have here, you get the option of a number 2, 3, 4, and 5 board. So each board is 1.5 inches. So the number 2, which is what I commonly used, gives you a 3-inch block. So basically reduces your range of motion by at least 3 inches. So on the Strong Arm Sport site, bench block, the half and one board sells for $44.95 Canadian or $32.96 American. The number 2, 3, 4, 5 board, which is what I have here, sells for $64.95 Canadian or $47.62 American. You can buy the set of both for $99.95 Canadian or $73.62 American. The reason I bought it was about 4 years ago, I tore one of my rotator cuff muscles, and it was really painful to go past a certain point. So I found that number 2 block was perfect. You still bench press, but it didn't irritate my shoulder. Kind of the reason to get one of these would be if you're having shoulder trouble, or if you just want to work on your lockout. Gives you all the options, 4 different options to work on your lockout, or if you want to work on your tricep pressing strength, another good option for that. So as I said, it's about 4 years old. It's high density foam. It's held up really well. Not really much that can go wrong with it. No cracks or splits in it. Just going to show you here. I got 3 different barbells. I got a 29 millimeter power bar, 28 millimeter Olympic bar, 25 millimeter women's bar. So this one's got an knurling in the center. Pops on there super easy, no problem at all. The knurling's nice because it lines up really well with the block. The knurling on the bar lines up with the beveled edges here. Olympic bar, you kind of gotta get it on, and then I use my hands and make sure it's centered. And then the women's bar, so the 25 millimeter women's bar, you have that, as you can see, it doesn't stick on the bar at all. So you'd have to probably put some tape or something around the bar to build it up if you're benching with a women's bar. Biggest bar I've ever used it with is a 32 millimeter bar. Not common for benching, but it will fit on there no problem. As you can see, I measured on the bench block, so when I'm using an Olympic bar, I measured the center here. I actually, on one of my Olympic bars, took a Sharpie and I marked the center of the bar so I could just line it up super easy without thinking. But yeah, absolutely love this thing. I would consider getting the half and one board as well. Right now I'm in more of a hypertrophy phase, so I don't use it much, but definitely at some point I will get back to using this again. We'll show you what it looks like for an actual rep on the bar here. All right, I did shoulders and chest yesterday, so nothing crazy. I'm just gonna do 220 pounds, show you what it looks like with the bench block on the number 2 block. So that's the number 2. Flip it around and do the number 3. So that was number 3. Number 4. And number 5 is going to have very little range of motion here. Oh. So there you have the bench block. Honestly, I have zero regrets. Absolutely love it. The only thing that I would say maybe a negative is the fact that I paid, by the time I got it to me, probably about $75, $80 for a piece of high density foam. But it, like I say, it is cut to all the right dimensions. To get your number 2, 3, 4, 5 block, you could probably go buy a yoga block and make one yourself, but then you'd have to mess around, figure out the dimensions, and I honestly don't know if it will hold up as well. Super happy with it. Like I say, 4 years old, held up super well. Block pressed 350 pounds with it, with zero issues. Definitely recommend it if you're into block pressing. Thanks for watching. Have a good night.